Have you ever kept a secret? For 15 years, just waiting for the perfect moment to use it? I'm standing in the back of a church. 200 guests. White roses everywhere, string quartet playing, and at the altar, my sister, in her $1,000 dress, about to marry the man of her dreams. She looks perfect. She always does. But I'm holding an envelope. And inside that envelope, every single lie she's ever told, every secret she's ever kept, every terrible thing she's ever done, all printed out in black and white. My hand is shaking. My heart is pounding so hard I can hear it in my ears. Because for 15 years, she made my life hell. And everyone, our parents, our relatives, her friends, they all believed she was the golden child, the perfect daughter, the one who could do no wrong. But I knew the truth. I always knew. And today everyone else is going to know it too. If you've ever had a sibling who made your life miserable, if you've ever been the scapegoat while someone else got all the glory, then you need to hear this story. Hit that like button right now, subscribe if you haven't already, and get ready. Because this is 15 years of pain, patience, and the most perfectly timed revenge you'll ever hear. Let me take you back to the beginning. Growing up, there were two of us. Me and my older sister. Let's call her Melissa. Melissa was perfect. At least that's what everyone thought. 3 years older than me. Beautiful, charismatic. The kind of person who could walk into a room and everyone would just gravitate toward her. Straight A's without even trying. Captain of the cheerleading squad. Homecoming queen. The daughter every parent dreams of having. And then there was me. I wasn't ugly. I wasn't stupid, but standing next to her, I was invisible. The awkward younger sister. The one who tried too hard. The one who never quite measured up. Our parents didn't mean to play favorites. At least I don't think they did. But when you have one kid who's effortlessly perfect and another who's just average, it's hard not to compare. Why can't you be more like your sister? I heard that phrase so many times it's burned into my brain. But here's the thing nobody knew. The thing I saw because I lived with her, shared a bathroom with her, heard her on the phone late at night when she thought everyone was asleep. Melissa wasn't perfect. Not even close. She was a bully, a liar, a manipulator who was so good at her act that nobody ever saw through it. Except me. It started small. Little things that nobody else would notice or care about. She'd borrow my clothes without asking, and return them stained or ripped. When I'd complain, she'd act confused. "Oh my God, I have no idea how that happened. I'm so sorry." Big innocent eyes, perfect apologetic smile. Mom would say, "It was an accident, honey. Don't make such a big deal out of it." She'd eat my food from the fridge. The leftovers I'd been looking forward to all day. "Oh, I didn't know that was yours. I'll buy you another one, I promise." She never did. She'd tell me we were going somewhere, wait until I got ready, and then leave without me. "Oh my God, I totally forgot you were coming. I'm already here with my friends. Sorry, every single time." And the worst part? Whenever I got upset, I was the problem. I was too sensitive, too dramatic, too jealous of my perfect older sister. But those were just the small things. The annoying things, the real damage, that ran so much deeper. In high school, things got worse. I had a boyfriend. First real relationship. His name was Jake. Sweet guy. Played guitar. Made me laugh. Nothing serious, just young love, you know? We dated for 6 months. I thought things were going great. Then one day, he broke up with me. Just out of nowhere. Said he didn't think we were compatible. Wouldn't even look me in the eye. I was heartbroken. 16 years old, crying in my room, playing sad music, the whole teenage breakup experience. 2 weeks later, I found out why. Melissa had told him I was cheating on him. Made up this elaborate story about seeing me with another guy at a party. Showed him screenshots of texts that I'd supposedly sent. They were fake, obviously, but he believed her. Why wouldn't he? She was the perfect, trustworthy older sister looking out for him. When I confronted her, she laughed. Actually laughed. "Oh, come on. He was too clingy anyway. I did you a favor. You lied to him. You ruined my relationship." She shrugged. "Get over it. You're 16. There'll be other boys," I told our parents. Showed them the fake screenshots she'd created. And my dad? My dad looked at me and said, Why are you trying to blame your sister for your relationship problems? That's not fair to her. Melissa put her hand on my shoulder. I know you're hurting, but don't take it out on me, okay? I love you. And my parents bought it. They actually believed her. That was the moment I realized something. Nobody was ever going to believe me over her. Nobody was ever going to see the real Melissa. So I stopped trying to convince them. Fast forward to senior year. College applications, I'd worked my butt off. 3.8 GPA. Extracurriculars. Volunteer work. I got accepted to my dream school. State University, great journalism program, full scholarship. I was so excited. This was my chance to get away from her, to finally be somewhere where I wasn't living in her shadow. A week before I was supposed to submit my enrollment confirmation, I got an email. Dear applicant, we regret to inform you that your scholarship has been revoked due to discrepancies found in your application materials. I called the admissions office immediately, hands shaking so bad I could barely dial. There must be a mistake. What discrepancies? According to our records, you falsified information about your volunteer hours and submitted plagiarized essays. My stomach dropped. What? No, I didn't. I can prove. We've already made our decision. Your acceptance has been withdrawn. If you believe this is an error, you can file an appeal, but the process takes 6 to 8 weeks. Classes started in 3 weeks. I sat there in shock, and then I knew. I went straight to Melissa's room. She was on her laptop, scrolling through Instagram. What did you do? She didn't even look up. What are you talking about? My scholarship. My acceptance. What did you do? She finally turned to me and there was this smile, this tiny, satisfied smile. I have no idea what you're talking about. But maybe you should have been more careful with your applications. Integrity matters, you know? She'd hacked my email, changed my application documents, sent the admissions office anonymous tips about my supposed cheating, all because she couldn't stand the thought of me succeeding, of me having something that was mine. I appealed, fought for months, but by the time they finally cleared my name, I'd missed the semester, lost the scholarship to someone else, had to settle for community college instead. Melissa went off to her fancy private school. Instagram posts every day, smiling, thriving, perfect as always. And me? I was stuck. Again. That was 5 years ago. I eventually transferred to a decent school. Got my degree, built a decent life, moved to another city. I didn't see Melissa much anymore. Holidays mostly. And every time I did, it was the same. Her bragging about her amazing job, her perfect boyfriend, her incredible life. Me smiling and nodding while our parents beamed with pride. Then 6 months ago, I got a call from Mom. Honey, amazing news. Your sister's getting married. Of course she was. His name is David, he's a doctor. They're so in love. The wedding's going to be beautiful. We're so happy for her. I congratulated her, said all the right things, but inside, something clicked. I thought about everything. Every lie, every manipulation, every time she'd sabotaged me and gotten away with it. And I realized she was about to get everything she wanted. Again, the perfect wedding, the perfect husband, the perfect life, built on a foundation of lies. And nobody knew. Nobody would ever know. Unless I told them. I started digging. 5 years of distance had given me perspective, objectivity. And Melissa? She'd gotten sloppy, overconfident. She posted everything on social media. Every thought, every moment, every lie she told was documented somewhere. I started with the obvious stuff. Screenshots, dates, times. Remember that charity she claimed to work with? The one she put on all her job applications? Called them. She'd volunteered exactly once. For 2 hours. That prestigious internship she bragged about in college. I found the real intern. Melissa had paid her to use her credentials in interviews. The boyfriend before David, the one she said cheated on her and broke her heart, I tracked him down on Facebook, sent him a message. Turned out she'd cheated on him, with his best friend, then told everyone he was abusive when he broke up with her. Every piece of evidence. Every lie. Every manipulation from the past 15 years. I compiled it all into a document. Dates, screenshots, witness statements, everything. And then I printed it. All 63 pages. 2 months before the wedding, I got my invitation in the mail. Gold embossed. Fancy cardstock. The honor of your presence is requested. At the bottom, in Melissa's handwriting, I can't wait for you to be there. Let's put the past behind us. Love you, sis. Put the past behind us. Like it was all just water under the bridge. Like she hadn't spent 15 years tormenting me. I RSVP'd, yes. Told my parents I was so happy for her. Bought a nice dress, and I made a plan. The wedding was at this beautiful historic church. White flowers everywhere. 200 guests, everyone dressed in their best. I sat in the back, watched Melissa walk down the aisle on Dad's arm. She looked stunning. Of course she did. David was waiting at the altar. Nice guy. A little boring, honestly, but he looked at her like she hung the moon. He had no idea who he was marrying. The ceremony started. Traditional. Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today. My envelope was in my purse, heart pounding, palms sweating. This was it. When the officiant said, "If anyone has any reason these two should not be wed, speak now or forever hold your peace." I stood up. The entire church went silent. Every head turned. Melissa's face went white, then red. "What are you?" "I have something to say." My voice was shaking, but loud, clear. Mom stood up. "Honey, sit down. Melissa isn't who you think she is." The officiant looked confused. David looked concerned. Melissa looked furious. "For 15 years, she's lied to everyone in this room. She's manipulated, sabotaged, and hurt people. And I have proof." I pulled out the envelope, started walking toward the altar. "Sit down," Melissa hissed. "You're embarrassing yourself." "Really? Let's see." I opened the envelope, started reading. 2015. You told Jake Morrison I was cheating on him using fake screenshots. I have the metadata showing they were photoshopped. Jake was there. Guest on the groom's side, his eyes went wide. 2016. You submitted fake volunteer hours on your college applications. I have testimony from the organization director. I pulled out the next page. 2018. You hacked my email and sabotaged my scholarship. I have IP records tracing the access back to your computer. Our parents were staring, mouths open. 2019. You told Ryan Campbell you were pregnant with his baby to keep him from breaking up with you. You weren't. I have the negative pregnancy test you threw away with the date stamp. Someone in the crowd gasped. I kept going. Every page, every lie, every terrible thing she'd done. Melissa tried to grab the papers from me. "Stop it, you're insane. She's making this up. I have witnesses. I have documents. I have proof." David was backing away from the altar. "Melissa, is this true?" She turned to him, tears streaming down her face. "The perfect damsel. David, baby, she's lying. She's always been jealous of me. She's trying to ruin our day." "Then explain this." I handed him the papers. "It's all documented. Check the dates. Call the people. Verify every single thing I just said." He took the papers, started reading. His face changed with every page. "Melissa. David, I can explain. You told me you worked at that charity for 3 years. This says 2 hours. That's not. You said your ex was abusive. This is a statement from him saying you cheated." His voice was getting louder, angrier. "How much of our relationship is a lie?" Melissa was sobbing. Real tears this time, not the manipulative ones. Real ugly crying, "I love you. I changed. That was all in the past." "In the past? According to this, you lied to me about your job 3 months ago." The church erupted. Everyone talking at once. Guests pulling out their phones. Relatives demanding explanations. My parents were sitting there, stunned, looking at Melissa like they were seeing her for the first time. Because they were. David dropped the papers. Walked out of the church without another word. Melissa screamed after him. David, come back, please. He didn't. The wedding was canceled, obviously. Guests filtered out slowly, whispering, staring at Melissa crying at the altar in her wedding dress. I stood there, envelope empty, watching 15 years of perfect lies crumble in real time. Mom approached me. Her face was... I'd never seen her look like that. Is it true? All of it? Yes. Why didn't you tell us? I almost laughed. I tried. For years. You never believed me. Dad was pale. We didn't know. We thought you thought I was jealous, that I was making it up. I know. Melissa was still at the altar, makeup running, surrounded by bridesmaids who didn't know what to say. She looked at me. And for the first time in 15 years, there was no smirk, no confidence, no superiority, just rage and fear. I hate you, she whispered. I know, I said, but at least now everyone else knows the truth about you. I walked out of that church with my head high. That was 3 months ago. David called off the wedding permanently. Last I heard, he's dating someone else. Melissa moved back in with our parents. Lost her job after her company found out about the fabricated credentials. Her social media? Deleted. Every account. Gone. Our parents. They apologized. It took them a while to process everything. But eventually they called me, said they were sorry for not believing me, for enabling her all those years. It doesn't erase the past, but it's something. Some people think I went too far, that I should have handled it privately, that ruining her wedding was cruel. Maybe they're right. But you know what? For 15 years she made me feel small, worthless, like my pain didn't matter. She took my opportunities, my relationships, my confidence, and she never once apologized. Never once felt sorry. So yeah, I ruined her wedding. I exposed every lie she'd ever told. I made sure everyone saw the real her. And I don't regret it for a second. Sometimes silence isn't strength. Sometimes it's just giving someone permission to keep hurting you. I stayed silent for 15 years. Let her get away with everything. Believed that karma would handle it. But karma needed a little help. And watching her perfect facade crack. Watching everyone finally see the truth, worth every second of the wait. So, did I go too far? Or did she get exactly what she deserved? Drop your honest opinion in the comments. I want to know what you think. If this story gave you that sweet justice feeling, hit that like button, subscribe for more revenge stories that'll make you believe in karma again, and turn on notifications so you never miss when someone finally gets what's coming to them. Until next time, stay patient. Stay strong, and never let anyone make you feel small. Because eventually, the truth always comes out.